Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First on deck. I have to say, Tiffany Chanel came in earlier, but the way the screens are, anytime it refreshes, you lose everything and everybody that has spoken to you. So, welcome. And Deborah Glass Tiny, welcome. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Tiffany. I just announced that you came in first today, but you know how it is when the screen refreshes, you lose everything, right? So welcome, Living Better with Style. Welcome, sis. Welcome all of you guys to the live today. But as usual, I give people about 5 minutes to come in. I know people are getting off work or they're trying to get their family settled. So I am just going to make sure that I am give them a few minutes to come in. Okay. Thank you very much, sis Tiffany. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. I hope everybody had a great day today. Hello, Taylor. Welcome. How are you, dear? Good to see you. So I tried to get a little relaxing music for you guys today. YouTube Studio is not that bad at all. It's just like a million songs to choose from. And I think a lot of people get frustrated with that. I know I did at first. But then I had a live one night and I just sat there and listened to the music. And we all picked them. But did I write them down to remember them? No, I didn't. Story of my life. And if I did, I have no idea why I wrote it down at. Yeah, it is. It's kind of relaxing too. Thank you so much for that. When I grow. Hey, Michelle G. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, 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 dear. So giving people a few minutes to come in. So just bear with me just a second. And meanwhile, if you're in here and you don't have someone in your life as far as a family member, please be sure to follow the chat rules, but you're more than welcome to connect with someone that's not part of your family. I have no problem with that. I just do not do growth strain. So it's all up to you to connect with someone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. How was your day, guys? Did you have a great day today? Were you busy? I will announce that it's about to storm here. It always happens right around 7:30. Why couldn't it cool down in the afternoon when it's hot as all outdoors in the house? Sure. And I got it. Thank you so much. I received the information. Thank you so much. And I appreciate it. Ha ha ha. Awesome sauce. You are the best. You are the best. Okay, guys, it's almost up on the hour, and I think I'll let this song end, and then we'll start the chat. So you guys, you looked at the title of the live, and did you by chance go to the to my page and answer the questions that I had out there? Five amazing content creators in the live. I appreciate you whether you are in the woods, in the store, cooking dinner, or in the car, please do not drive while you're listening and watching a live. That is the disclaimer. But if you're outside, if you're relaxing, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you coming in. So, guys, we're going to start off with some information. Let me go ahead and share out my screen here. Okay. Just a second. Let me open up the screen. I wanted to take care of the music. Let's go ahead and share out the screen here. And I take it you guys can actually hear me, so please give me a heart if you can hear me. I greatly appreciate that. And then also give me a heart if you can see the slides that I am putting up on the screen. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So y'all, I kind of like this thumbnail here for Wellness Wednesday, although I had many others to choose from, but I actually like the thumbnail. I really do. So I'm trying to make sure you guys that it opens up for you. There's a delay between StreamYard and the screen, so I apologize for that. There we go. We are beginning to share. So what do you guys think about processed food? What is your thoughts about processed foods? So I know there's a delay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of moments to answer. So my biggest question is what I put on the front of the screen, and that was concerning labels. Do you guys read your labels on your food, on your items that you purchase in the store? Do you actually read your labels? I hear noise outside. I hope it doesn't get any louder. They're cutting grass, and I don't know why it's getting ready to storm. Okay, before I get into it any further, I just wanted to go ahead and give you my disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. Please seek the advice of your medical profession, your doctor, your nurse, or your nurse practitioner, whomever you see that follows you for your diet before you start any food plans or fitness plans. This, not really only the sodium. So you only look at the sodium? Okay, we'll get right to that. But just please make sure you get the advice from your doctors. The research that I do is things that I've learned through my nursing experience, but everybody is different. So please make sure you check with your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your cardiologist, and whomever you see that follows your diet plan. So Michelle, you said you only look at it for the sodium. Do you find that to be correct? Or do you find that that's accurate that they give you on the labels? Now, I will tell you what I look for. I do read the labels. Of course, everybody looks at the calorie. I look at what's in the foods. I look to see what's in the foods, such as the sodium, the sugar, all of those names that they put out there. I don't believe all of them. And that's exactly my point, Michelle. So exactly, because if you think about it, how accurate could it be how much sugar is put into processed foods when everything is on a conveyor belt and you got the employees that scoop in half of a scoop or a whole scoop or over a scoop, and they're scooping up all the sugar and salt and all this other stuff in the products. So I'm 50-50 on what's in there. I do know how to do the calorie count by burning, and I did that in chemistry, or biology. But I don't take it 100%. Hey, Cooking IMO, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So I look at it, it gives me a general idea, but I don't believe it 100%. And the only way you can believe things 100% is if you do it on your own. The sugar I don't look at because it says no sugar, but the ingredients actually have a form of sugar in it. Exactly. And that's how they trick people. They tell them it's healthy, it's no sugar, and things like that. So I don't take 100% to it. I tend to do a lot of the things here on our own. We grow our own food. I'm vegan, so I don't eat the meat. My family does, but I don't. So that's a good way of putting it, Michelle. I don't trust it 100%. Now, here's an example. What do you guys think about the labels that they put on at the restaurants like Subway and Burger King? And they tell you how much, what's the calorie and the fat. They've changed it a lot because I think one of the fast food chains got a lawsuit because the person thought that they were eating really healthy, but they weren't, because there's no way to tell. There's no way to tell because if you're getting a burger with ketchup and mustard and mayonnaise and pickles, every pickle is not the same size. Every scoop of mayonnaise that they put on a sandwich is not the same. So yes, no way at all. They do not match. So they had to put a little disclaimer on there. And I think it says something like, this is the average or something of that nature. So they get you in thinking that you're getting ready to eat this healthy food and you're all excited. Oh yeah, this is healthy. I can get this, what is that called? The Impossible Whopper or whatever. And then you get it and then you get like a whole scoop of mayonnaise on it. And then you get all kind of other things on it. Like I said, pickles are not the same. Onions. I like onions. So I'll go in and say, hey, I need extra onions. So that's going to take that balance off there too. So it's not going to be the same. So it's good that they're giving it to us, but the only way, again, you're going to be able to balance it and get it correct is if you're doing things on your own. Now, I know, like Taylor said, it's for convenience. And I understand that. I came from a place where I was eating fast food more than probably everybody in here for convenience because I worked a lot of hours. I didn't have time to come home and cook. I wasted a lot of food too because I would take the food out with the intentions of cooking it. And then I get home too tired to cook it, put it back in the refrigerator. And I don't know if you guys realize how bad chicken smells if you leave it out too long. And if it's, oh gosh, I don't miss those days. Let's see, processed food has so much sodium and sugar that can raise your blood pressure and sugar levels. Exactly. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about too, also, living better. Thank you so much for that comment. But yes, processed food. Now, as many of you have gone to any of my content, that is the one thing I speak about on my videos is processed food. And the slides that I'm going to go over today, you're vegetarian for 8 years. I felt healthier then. Exactly. And I know Tiffany practiced keto. I'm vegan. And I've done the vegan keto also. So you do feel much better. And you've eliminated a whole lot of health issues by doing so. So with that being said, the processed food, I say it in all my videos. I don't do processed food because not only do you have to worry about the salt and the sugar and the sodium, the sugars, the other additives that they put in the food. You know what else you have to worry about? And I say this all the time in my videos. You got to worry about what the heck they do in those centers where they're putting your food together. You've got someone in there that may be sick. They may have listeria in the system, in the warehouse. So it's a lot of things that we have to worry about when we're dealing with processed food. Now, I don't knock anybody in their eating habits. I don't knock anybody in how they choose to eat, if it's fast food or if it's pre-packaged. I don't knock anybody's way of eating. The only reason I put these slides together is to talk to people and just let them know, be very leery of it and cut back on it, because things happen. But if you cut back and you don't do it as often, you are in a much better situation. So I'm not telling everybody you can't eat processed food or you can't do this, because everybody has a life and everybody has a way of living. Again, I protested that I have at one time ate a lot of fast food. I ate a lot of snacks, everything. So, and I know how that works, but meal prep works. And I want to say, I know Tiffany does meal prep. I do meal prep. Tony Damien, I think, does it. And so does Candy C. We meal prep. So I had a video about meal prepping also. So that's another key that you can do to help you eliminate using processed food. But let me ask anybody here, have you, let's see, frozen corn dogs and processed food? The corn dog and the frozen processed, yes, it is, Taylor, it is. And here's the way I looked at it, because this is my next question, guys. Has anybody ever tried to go and buy food that wasn't processed? Michelle said yes, yes, it definitely is a processed food, Taylor. And the reason I consider it processed is because, of course, the hot dog is processed. The hot dog doesn't come looking like it does, right? It's meat and it's been formed, it's been changed. The structure has been changed. So it doesn't, if it's a beef hot dog, it doesn't look like a cow, right? If it's chicken, it doesn't look like a chicken. If it's pork, it doesn't look like a pig. So, of course, it's processed for that reason, but not that reason only. Because to make the corn dog, it's got to go into a warehouse. It goes on a conveyor belt. They dip in that they made the hot dog. They got the hot dogs, however they do it. And then they got to dip it in this batter that's loaded with carbs and sugars and salt and all this other good stuff, right? So they dip that hot dog into that. And then it comes across the conveyor belt. So that's processed. It's processed. They didn't go to the cow and say, "Hey, Mr. Cow, I'm making a hot dog out of your left side," and cut it off. So it's processed, and that's the way I looked at process. So to answer the question to say something about the question I asked, have you ever tried to buy something that wasn't processed? And it is a heck of a job to try and find something that wasn't processed, because think about it. Even if you buy lettuce or fruit from the vegetables store or from someone's garden or what, it has to travel to your stores, right? And when they travel it, they take it, they process it, they weigh it, and they do all that other good stuff. So it's all processed. Hey, Short Bus. Hey, welcome, my dear. How are you? So yes, it is processed. It's still processed in some way, shape, or form. So Short Bus, it's funny you came in, because one of my slides, and I took it down, it wouldn't post. I had a slide that had spam on it, because spam was one of my other questions that I had for you guys. I'm doing well, Short Bus. I had a long day. I had an appointment, and you know that always wears me out, guys. So I'm trying to keep up with the chat and work with you guys. So yeah, spam. Yes, yes, yes. So yes, to answer your question, Taylor, yes, it is processed. Michelle answered it too. Thank you so much, Michelle, for answering the question. Okay, so can anybody tell me what processed food is? Does anybody have an answer for what processed food is? And I kind of just, thank you, Short Bus. Yeah, hot dogs. Oof. I just pretty much answered the question what processed food was, but does anybody have the scientific answer to what processed food is? There you go. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Thank you, Short Bus. Plain and simple. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, how are you? That's right. Processed food is a transformation of the agricultural product. It is the change of the food item from its original structure. It's done by pressing, refining, grinding, milling, and the big one is the additive. That was the project answer. Cool beans. But you were right on point with it. Hey, hey, Mama Dale. Hey, how you doing? So yes, that's what processed food is. That's the definition of processed food. Okay. And this is an example. Once it comes up, I have a list of things that's processed. And this is why I asked you guys the question as to have you ever tried to buy anything that wasn't processed? So I'm going to tell you a story really quick while I'm waiting for it to come up. So I was making spaghetti for the family, and my husband would say, I don't want any processed food. Don't buy any processed food. And I was like, well, what in the heck am I going to fix? So I'm thinking, okay, I'll fix spaghetti. He goes, I don't, that's processed. And I'm like, well, how do you figure that? So he says to me, well, you know, processed food is anything that you didn't make on your own. And then I read up on it before I became vegan. I said, I went to the store trying to find stuff to cook, and I could not find anything. And I don't know why this thing is so slow, but there we go. So this is a list of things that are processed foods. Of course, we know that the canned goods are processed. We know that. We know that the cheese and the cream cheese that you buy for your bagels, that's processed because cream cheese doesn't come, you just don't go to the cow and say, I want some cream cheese, and the cow just goes, oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go that gross, but that these are a list of things. Even animal foods have this process, right? Because it does not come the way it is in the bags. Let's see, Taylor. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I'm sorry. That's what they were asking about COVID-19 that you don't know goes into your food. Exactly. Exactly. Your food or your water or your sodas. You don't know. And not only are you worried about the products that you're getting that they're changing and they're mixing and they're putting in there, but you also got to worry about the people that's doing it. So how long can canned goods on the shelf? I'm going to tell you this, and we'll talk about safe seafood also. And Mama Dell is on here. She's a pescatarian, so she did one of my lives on a Wednesday, and we talked about the different types of food too. Um, Canned goods, they do have an expiration date on it because you know they put preservatives in it. But I was at the food bank doing some volunteer work with the food bank. One of them, I was doing some volunteer work, and people would donate and give those canned goods and things away, and then you look at the expiration date on it, and they think because it's canned good, it doesn't expire. It does. It does. And even if it didn't have an expiration date on it, if something is 5 years old, you know, daggone well, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to. Canning is different. If you're canning like I can, I make preserves and I make salsa and things like that. But there is still, hey, Chef BC, hey sis, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I do keep a date on them. So yes, it does expire. Frozen vegetables, yeah, it does. It doesn't have as many preservatives in it. Um, but it does have an expiration on. Everything has an expiration date on it because they don't want to take a chance of you eating some frozen food and the expiration date is out. Now, they tell you the expiration date, and some of the items like milk, it tells you 7 days out past the expiration date, but look for the clunky stuff in the milk. I don't drink milk, so. But a lot of the foods, they give you an expiration date, plus you have like 7 days. Even with medication, there's expiration date on everything. Okay. So, does anybody know what the common processed foods are? Let's see. I'm sorry, Michelle. Even the school here had food giveaway in the frozen goods. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't like wasting food, but I cannot take a chance of eating something that I'm going to get sick from. So I definitely make sure that I do not go past the expiration date on food. That's just too risky. It's too risky. Thank you, Short Bus. Thank you. So, does anybody know what the common foods that are processed that we buy all the time? We just can't resist it. Any ideas? One or two suggestions? Sure, Buzz is up. You got it from the candy lady. Yes. Chips is one of them. Cookies, yes. All the things that I like and I shouldn't be eating. Cheese is another one. Cheese is another one. Yes, the candy lady. I get it from the candy lady. I need a bag of chips, a pickle, and whatever else, candy bar, Snickers. But yes, all of those things, cookies, chips, yes, ice cream, yes. All of those are processed, and you know why? Because you just can't go and say, I want a honey bun, and it's gonna be bam, a honey bun. Genie's gonna drop it from the sky or something. So yes, all that bread, delicious bread, yes, freeze cups, all of those things are processed. And we have a habit of buying these things, but why do we buy them? Why do we buy them? Why do we buy those things? Quick fix, that's a good answer. Yes. These are the items that you're going to find most of your preservative foods. And I put personal facts because your girl loves some chips. I love bugles. I don't do cereal because I don't drink milk. Um, I don't like cream of wheat, but I like grits and I like oatmeal. But oils, those are all types of, um, sorry, reading the chat, processed foods. Red box on deck. No timing and planning meals. Exactly. Hey, Wilson, for real, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You love that stuff too, huh? Yes. Some Doritos. Doritos don't have a chance in my house. And cow's milk has never intended for humans. That's why I do not drink milk. I don't want to gross anybody out. They wouldn't let me gross them out on the last live. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, milk is not cool. Not good. It is. It has stuff in it that at the end of the day is nasty. Hey Beverly. Hey sis. How are you? Welcome. 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 Yep, that was one of them on my list. Short bus. Okay, guys. So breakfast cereals is the number one thing that we buy that is processed food galore. Not only that, it has sugars, it has flavors, it has cholesterol out of this world. It has so much that is not good for the body. So cereal is one. Some of the cereal, and I don't want to call out name brands, but actually the one that's on the screen, that one that says no, that wasn't the one. It's the one that has those marshmallows in it. They're saying that that cereal has some chemical in it that they use to clean stuff with, cleaning solutions in it. So again, that's the kind of stuff we're buying for convenience because it's stuff that we can grab and go, right? Cereal was the number one. Cheese was the next one. Milk. And you know, cheese doesn't come out yellow. Cheese don't come out, period. It's mixed, it's made, it changes its format. That makes it processed. So you got coloring, you got salt, you have preservatives. It's ugh, this nastiness. So that's what cheese does. And they have to put preservatives in it so that when you want to melt it, guess what it melts? The most important meal of the day sells the sugar and process. Yes, exactly. Exactly. The government block cheese. Are you talking about that short bus project cheese? That is the stuff that is much love to each and everybody you listening while attending together. Okay, to grandbaby. Okay, dear, thank you so much. Much love to you too. But yes, cheese is another. It's loaded with preservatives because how do you think? And I can tell a difference too because I eat the vegan cheese. Right, vegan cheese takes forever to melt. Get you some of that. Not the cheese. Get you some of that. What is it called? Velveeta cheese. And it melts so quick. But I'm gonna tell you another sad thing about cheese and milk. I have, and I should have brought it upstairs, and I might go and get it because I'm doing a project. But the cheese had the Velveeta cheese stayed in the refrigerator over a year. Never got the what is that green stuff that gets on it? Losing my train of thought. Never got any, didn't change at all. So you know that's man made and you know it's not real, right? So then I have some 2% milk that I bought. No vegan hot dogs. I didn't do vegan hot dogs, Michelle. I did the carrot dog, and I have a video on my channel. The carrot dog is tasty. It tastes exactly like a hot dog. And I know it tastes like a hot dog because at one time I did eat hot dogs. So it tastes exactly, it's all of the seasoning with vegan, but I don't, it's processed. The vegan dogs that they have in the store is processed, so I don't buy it. I use the carrot dogs. No red hot dogs, none of it. That's probably got the most calories, the most fat, and everything. Mo, thank you, Chef BC. Thank you. The cheese never changed its texture, never changed its identity. Didn't even get hard. I think that something's not right about that, right? Yeah, if you go to my channel, it's called I think it's the vegan carrot dog. So that's one of my videos I did. It's really good. It's very good. Then the milk. I bought some. I'm doing an experiment because someone said if you get the milk in a glass jar, if you get the milk in a clear container, it spoils fast. But if you get it in a white container, it doesn't spoil. I've got to go get that milk and see it. I still have it. That milk has been in my refrigerator. Don't judge me. I'm doing an experiment, and I make notes on it every day to tell you if I see anything different, if I see any changes, is the container swelling. I've had that for 5 years, and it has not changed. He makes his own mozzarella. Yeah, that's the cheese I make. I use it nutritional yeast in the nuts. The container is, yes, designed to preserve and block the light. Exactly. And that thing has been in my refrigerator, I want to say 5 years. But I take notes on it because I'm doing an experiment. And I want to see how long it stays in that. Of course, I don't drink milk, so I would never drink it anyway. And I have to tell the family, do not touch this. I had to put it in a bag and a paper bag and make a note and don't touch this because I don't want anybody to hurt themselves from it. But yes, so it didn't change. It didn't change anything. It's still the same. It's the same as if, and it was Kroger brand, and I still have it. But cheese and milk is another processed food. Bread with all the grains and the sugar and the preservatives. That's another one that we love. We eat our sandwiches and we eat, our toast in the morning, our bagels. Bread is another one. It's a big one. I had red hot dogs. No more, bro. Yeah. The things we did when we were younger, now we're wiser, we're smarter, so we just don't do those things. The next one is your savory snacks. So someone said chips, someone said rolls, somebody said pies. Well, I don't think I saw pies, but pastries, cookies, ice cream, and sausage rolls. People really eat sausage rolls as a snack. Yeah. So that was That was another one. And I'm glad you guys can't see my face because my expression just gives me away. Okay, so the next one is meat products. And I thought this would have been at the top of the list. Does anybody know that's your favorite? Really? Wow. You eat it as a snack? Or do you eat it like as an appetizer or at a party or for dinner? I didn't know people still ate that really. Sausage rolls. So this one, I'm floored because I thought this one would have been up top too, but it didn't hit the top five. And it's meat products and it's bacon. Bacon. You know what? You've been on my lives. You've seen it before too, right? I could never get away with anything because my face tells it all. Oh my goodness. Oh, but bacon was the top thing in the meat department. So pretty much all that, what is that stuff called? That the pig. So the bacon, the sausage, ham, salami, and pate. I was like, wow, pate. See, Jasmine say bacon tastes like salt. It's yucky. I don't like bacon either. I never liked bacon, even when I wasn't vegan. I didn't like bacon. It's something about, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. I didn't like bacon. I don't like anything that if you cook it, it's just greasy. I don't like that. You love bacon? Wow. Just the snacks, chips, cookies, and ice cream. No sausage rolls. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So meat products is another heavy duty. These are the top processed items. So that's pretty much that. If you're looking at your grocery list, you're like, well, dang, that's everything on my list. Hey, Zaya Rose. Hey, honey. Welcome. So here's one that it's a guilty pleasure. It is. Ew, wrapped bacon with pork chop. Ew, that's like high blood pressure city. Microwavable items, like microwavable meals that's already ready, like your Stouffer's and popcorn. Those things are heavily processed. Now with the popcorn, it's got the butter and the salt and all that other stuff in there. So the popcorn, that makes sense. And people buy the little, what is that called? The little ones, they call them, oh God, the little bags of popcorn. They have a name for it. I forgot. Oh God. Okay, it'll come to me. So popcorn and Stouffer's and Marie Colander, all those prepaid meals are just loaded with preservatives, loaded with sodium and sugar. And to go back to my question in the beginning, you really don't know how much is in there because everything comes from a conveyor belt. People are scooping it and putting it in there, and it doesn't match up to me. So I look at the labels, but I don't 100% agree with them unless I'm making it myself. And the last thing that was on the list for preservatives, you guys know, and I think I should have changed the screen by now. It is sodas and milk. Sodas have the carbonation, it has the sugar, and some have salt in them, and then of course milk. So I hope nobody's hungry. We're talking about all this food. So, and I am going to go over now the top 10 processed foods that you should avoid eating. Is this thing changing the page? It's like it's buffering. Am I buffering, guys? I don't know what's going on. I think I'm buffering. Give me a second. Okay. Thank you. I'm back. Now you got me. Ginger ale and cherry coke is my guilty pleasure. Mine's was, and then the Orville Redenbacher. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you. It was buffering on my phone, but not on my screen. Okay, thank you. Because I look at the chat from my phone because it's quicker than StreamYard. Yes, ginger ale. Yes. Um, what is that one that we drink now? It's the one that's the Jamaican. Oh gosh, I'm not going to remember it. But yes, ginger ale. But that's okay to do ginger ale if I do it. The Red Rock ginger ale for when, um, as a child, my grandma would make us drink that when we were sick. Ginger beer, and it's another one too. It's called. Oh my goodness, I can see the container. I can't think of the name of it, but it has ginger in it, and I cannot think of the name of it. When I think of it, I'll email you and let you know. But it is one. Um, but moving on to the top 10 processed foods that you need to avoid. And I know, guys, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Let's see, the authentic ginger ale tastes totally different than the major salt. Yeah, definitely. It gets flat faster too. The one that the Coca-Cola and all of them make, it goes flat fast. But if you get the Red Rock ginger ale, that stuff will take the hair off your head, and that stuff is powerful. That bacon is beautiful, right? Too bad I don't eat it. It does look good, and I did not do. These are pictures that I got from my PowerPoint. Okay, let's say you haven't eaten pork in years. Good for you. Yeah. Now I do have a lot of people they don't eat pork for mm, religious reasons. I have people that don't eat it because they think it's a um, unhealthy. So yeah, I hope I told y'all to bring your snack. Get you a snack because there's gonna be a lot of food on here. So yes, bacon is one of the items that you need to avoid eating. Um, and the thing you could, if you do it, you can do it in moderation. Don't eat it all every day. 5 days a week or 7 days a week. Just do it in moderation. Get the one that's low sodium. Again, I don't trust them saying that it's low sodium because how the heck do they know that that's what it is? I don't trust it, but it has sodium, a lot of sodium, and it has saturated fats. So bacon was one of them. Okay, and let me go down. I'm going to do something different here because the next one I am going to show you is I'm going to ask you guys a question about it. Let me stop sharing my screen. And this is another one this was the next one on the list, guys. Granola bars and salted peanuts and things like that. They have those, right? They have these, and when you take these, when you guys look at this box right here, tell me what do you think this granola bar is good for? Why would you use this granola bar? You shut down all of the delicious pork dishes. Granola bars are a joke. Exactly. And then they put the children on there. So as an adult, you're like, oh, this is healthy. They're giving it to their children. And then you look at the nutritional fact on there. That is crazy. How much sugar does it say it has in here? Sodium, it has like 130 grams or 13. Child, I can't read it. It's so small. And that's the other thing. They make it too small. It's 130 milligrams of sodium. It's 190 calories, but you know the calorie count, you have to do the burning trick for that. Make you make your own granola. Exactly. Exactly. So yes, the fiber and all that, it's a joke. It's a joke. And this one here, I was really surprised at this. This one has, what is it called? Wasabi and soy sauce. So you know soy sauce is very salty, right? Soy sauce is salty. And then we've got the wasabi, which is salty. So these are the next items that's on there. And it's loaded with preservatives, sugars, and preservatives. Flavored nuts is salt and sugar, because this one has, I don't think it has any sugar. I mean, I'm sure it has sugar in it, but it doesn't taste like it has sugar in it. And you guys do know that if you're looking at your label, anything that's in the double digits, run. Double digits, run. If it's under the double digits, you can try it out, but just be careful. Don't eat too much of it. Anything with that in the double digits, run from it. Run. Sugars, if it's over 10, run. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my screen here so we can finish up. And I just wanted to share that with you. Let's go back and share my screen here. Now my thing is gonna start telling me my battery is going low because I knocked the battery out. Okay, guys. All right, it's coming back up. Thank you so much for your patience. We add so much to our food until we really don't know the true flavor. Exactly. Exactly. We don't really know. We don't really know what. I don't know if anybody has had collard greens. I do it vegan style, so I don't put the fat meat and all that stuff in it, or turkey, any of that. And my greens on the vegan style, you taste the freshness, you taste everything is so good. So yes, everything is masked. Exactly. So we set the flavored nuts. Microwave popcorn is another one that you should stay away from because it has the sodium. And I don't know if anybody has heard this. I've read up on it and I will be putting together a presentation about it. But they also said that popcorn has chemicals in it. And I don't know, someone said it some time ago that people that eat microwave popcorn, it causes cancer. Well, my thing about that is we're finding more and more every day that everything pretty much causes cancer, but they said that it causes cancer. I have 14 amazing people in the chat. I really appreciate you guys, whether you're in the chat, in the bushes, in the woods, in the sky, in your kitchen, wherever you are, you made a decision to come here. Hello, Dr. Renita. Welcome. You made a decision to come and listen to my presentation, and I greatly appreciate you. So microwave popcorn was another one with the sodium, and now they're saying chemicals in it. But also popcorn is one that they use it for, they're trying to use it for a form of gas instead of using gas in your car. Corn does not digest very well. It takes a while to digest. So if you are a corn eater, that's what my doctor told me not to eat corn. Yes, that is it. You're right, Chef BC. That is correct. The chemical, yes. That is correct. And buttery popcorn, yeah. So popcorn was the other one. Let's see, I'm going to go down the list. The dried fruits. Your girl love to get a handful of raisins. I love to get the apricots, however you want to say it. I like to get all of those dried fruits, you know, the coconut, and they put it in a trail mix and whatnot. That is another one that is hitting preservatives and sugars. So these are the things that, guys, these are the things that you should focus on releasing them from your diet or minimizing your use of it. And I'm going to backtrack because the bacon also, I said sodium and saturated fat, but it also leads to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. And I think Chef said her mother got diagnosed and she cut out pork. So I don't remember what she said she was diagnosed with. So I'm gonna just say that she had a health condition and she cut it out. But yes, the dried fruits, love, love, love them. It has sugars, and you just don't know. They have sugar, and some of them have sodium in it. So these are things, guys, that you're supposed to eliminate from your diet or minimize it. Hypertension. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the next one. Hey, lady C. Russell. Hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you coming. So the other one was, and here's one that I know, evangelist. Am I getting rated? Evangelistic Lavina Williams. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys are new to my channel, so I so much welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us today. So here's one that I know a lot of us are guilty of because it was something I did, and some parents still do it. They give it to their children, and you're welcome. You ladies are both welcome. Fruit snacks. Yes, fruit snacks loaded with sugar. And they make it seem like, oh, this is so healthy for your child. This is so healthy for you. And it's sugar, 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 sugar. But not only that, you got to worry about your teeth now because it rottens out, it gives you cavities. So the fruit snacks are not good for you. Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Dr. Renita. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you ladies, if you're not part of my family, if you look at one of my videos, actually my intro video is like 2 minutes and 18 seconds. If you look at that and just comment about the video, and if you're interested in my channel, and then comment about the video and like it, and then subscribe and click the bell so you can get my notification. Um, Yeah, fruit snacks are awful. They have one Welchers I fell in love with those things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, why are these pants fitting a little different? Because I was eating all those fruit snacks. That's why. So yes, it has hidden secrets in there. And they're not secrets. That hidden tragedy is what I call it. It's tragedy. So the next one, I don't know. How many of you guys, let me know, do you do real butter or do you do the margarine? I do vegan butter. So do you guys use the margarine or butter? Which one do you think is better? Thank you, Living Better. So I use vegan butter. Real butter, okay. You don't like butter. Butter, okay. Thank you, Wilson, for Real and Jasmine. Okay, so I'm always doing projects, okay? So that margarine, margarine is the devil. And I'm going to tell you why. The margarine is fake, number one. It's fake. And if you let it sit for a long time, I have one it has calcium. I think it says calcium. Now that one has been in my project refrigerator. I have a refrigerator that's roped off telling people not to touch anything because I am examining and checking this out to see, and I monitor it. So I just want to let it, see what it's going to do. That thing does not spoil, and you get a lot of water in it. It's nothing but water, flavoring, fat stuff. It's just that it does not spoil. And she's not kidding you. It has an expiration date on it, but since it's been in my refrigerator, it looks the same. The texture is the same. The only thing it did was produce water, and I don't mean water in a good way. So I would not recommend margarine. But butter and margarine is another one that I would try to eliminate because the margarine and the butter. Hey, Natural Way. Hey, sis, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So margarine has sodium and it helps contribute to the LDL, your bad cholesterol. So you want to stay away from the from the margarine and butter. Now here's one that I kind of knew that it was like that, but I could not. And you guys are not. Let's see, let me put this on the right one. This is the ones that you guys, the one that I knew that something was wrong, but I used to eat it on my baked potatoes, and it's ketchup. Ketchup is another one that you should not, you should come away from it because it has sugar and salt. And plus, it has changed a tomato to something that's liquefied. So it's processed, right? So tomatoes was another one. Ketchup, I'm sorry, not tomatoes, ketchup. Ketchup was the next one. 14 amazing people in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you hanging out with me while we talk about processed food. If you are hungry, please grab yourself a snack. Grab yourself a snack. So here's the one, and I'm going to see how many people can guess this one. College students. In college, what was it that we bought to eat? As a college student or as someone that's at home that don't feel like cooking, what is the quickest thing that you will grab? There you go. Chef PC, you right on point. Are you looking at my notes? Ramen noodles. Yes, that's the devil. That one has so much sodium. Sodium. It is, and causes blood pressure problems. And it has no value, absolutely no nutritional value at all. The flavor is good, but if you open it and you taste it, you know that's jail food. Yes, it is horrible. It has so much salt in it. So much salt. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next screen here because I'm so slow with hitting the screen. So here is the food that you would try to eat, but it does have additives in it, and that's your frozen foods. Minus the vegetables, all you're going to find in your frozen meals, not found in every dessert out near you. Absolutely. 16 amazing people in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. We're having a little fun today. We're talking about processed food, and everybody's being so active in the chat. It's awesome. It's wonderful, and I appreciate you guys. But frozen foods, frozen dinners, loaded with additives, sugars, salt, fats, and then you're thinking, well, I can get this dinner, and it's got vegetables in it, and you open it up, and you take it out the freezer, you put it in the microwave, which is one thing, and you get it out the microwave, you open it up, and you're ready to eat this, what is the name, Marie Colander, or your Stouffer's, or your, what's the one that was for people that was losing weight? Can't think of it. It's supposed to be in the healthy choice. And you open it up, and you get like not even a handful of vegetables. Everything that you see in there is actually the additives, all of the salt and the sugar, and some of them put the little crumbles on top of it. And it's just a joke. It's nothing that is of nutritional value. Now, I'm not, again, knocking people how they eat and what they eat. I just want people to actually be a little bit wiser to what they're eating. It's okay if you're running home, or if you got to take it for lunch, you need to get, grab a frozen meal to take the lunch or what have you. Just don't make it something that you do regular. Because I will tell you, one of the things that I think is the most disgusting meal ever is that Chef Boyardee beefaroni. No. What's the other one? Ravioli. Oh my God, it's not even real meat. And I tried it as an adult one time. I said, I will never And I mean never eat that again. That stuff is disgusting. It's loaded with preservatives and sodium. So be leery of the things that you're eating, because just because it has the designer package that says it's healthy for you and it's half the fat and half the calories and you got the vegetables and all of that good stuff, it doesn't mean that it's actually good for you. They do think advertising is another big thing. They advertise, look at how pretty those packages are in the refrigerator, in the freezer section. Don't look like that now with COVID-19, but if you're in there and you see all of that food in there and it looks so pretty and it's designer and you're like, oh wow, that looks healthy. And then they have the one that says healthy choice and you really think you're getting something healthy, right? Then you go down and you see the what is those other little things called? Marketing lies, exactly. Um, I used to love that when I was little. I tried giving to my kid and they didn't like it. I'm sure they didn't. Especially, when you're a child, you eat what your parents tell you to eat, right? And I know 4 people that's in my circle. They, their children never tasted candy. Never, never had candy. They eat so healthy. And guess what? They never get illness. They're not ill. They don't get colds. They don't get the flu bug. They, their body has, their immune system is well addressed. They're doing very, very well. So I'm saying, to say all of this, look at all that stuff they have in the refrigerator, the freezer section. Got burritos and pizza and all that stuff there. And it will. You prefer pasta and butter, pasta and butter. Oh wow. Nothing else with it, just the pasta and butter. Because I do quinoa pasta, and I do. Deborah, you still? I'm glad you're still hanging in here. Hey, she said hello, natural way of Patty. I actually make my own pesto, and I like quinoa pasta and pesto. So yes, you definitely have to be leery, because that's what they get paid the big bucks for, is to make these fancy, pretty cartons, and you come in and you think you're eating healthy, and then next thing you know, either somebody had wisteria in the warehouse, and someone gets sick from it, or you think you're losing weight and you're really not losing the weight. So yeah, I love the pesto. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, guys, I have a recipe for my pesto too. I think I did, that was my pizza. Yeah, I did the cauliflower pizza on last Friday or Friday before last. So if you want to check that out, you can. So with that being said, I'm going to keep moving here. So the frozen meals, you have to be leery of that, because that is a, a punch in the stomach. It is not healthy. It's not good for you. Okay, guys. So I just want to give you some factual information. And Chef BC, she has been answering a lot of the questions as well, because her name gives it away. So she's really good at that. Okay, thank you, Dr. Renita. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you bringing the young ladies over too. You are so awesome. Thank you so much. So make sure you guys thumbs me up. I should have said that in the beginning. Thumbs me up, thumbs me up, thumbs me up. Share me out if you can. Um, so heavily processed food often includes unhealthy levels of added sugars, sodium, and fat. These ingredients make your food taste better. That's why we eat it, right? Because it tastes so good. But like Chef said in the beginning, you don't. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much, Jasmine. So if you do not, if you've never tried it like this before, if you're eating it this way, you are missing the important value and how your food really actually tastes. Have you ever really just tried to eat a stalk of celery or a carrot stick or with nothing on it? Um, any kind of vegetable, broccoli with nothing on it. And you taste and you're like, ooh, this doesn't taste right. That's because your body has become accustomed to eating the butter, the salt, and all that other, the cheese and all that other stuff that they put on, all that processed stuff that they're putting on top of your food. So, so that's why we are so drawn to eating the processed food, because it makes our food taste better. But as a vegan, I'm all about the seasoning. And I do a lot of my own seasonings. I grow my herbs and I make my own seasoning. But go into your seasonings and you can make your life a little bit better than trying all this processed stuff. But it makes your food taste better, but it leads to serious health conditions, guys, like obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, um, your cholesterol level goes up, and it even actually has something to do with the incurable diseases, such as, because those diseases that I just named off, you can actually minimize that by changing your eating pattern, your blood pressure, even diabetes. Now, I don't recommend people to stop taking the medicine that their doctor has told them to take, but you definitely could wean yourself. And you can, my mom, she was told she had diabetes. She changed her pattern. She went back to the doctor and he says, don't take the medicine anymore. You're good. So you have to change your pattern and become the type of person that tastes your food for what your food is and not for what you put on the food. So you could, it also messes with you for incurable diseases. I have MS. MS doesn't have me, but I have multiple sclerosis. And hey, Marley, hey sis, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Um, so yes, I have multiple sclerosis. So I have autoimmune disease. And the biggest thing about eating the foods that we eat is the actual inflammation. Cheese, all the animal products causes inflammation. Okay. Oh, I'm on a big screen, girl. I need to take the screen off and let y'all see me. I was just kidding. Thank you, though, chef. Thank you. So yes, it will take a toll on your body. And with autoimmune, anything is possible, right? It's an attack of my central nervous system. And inflammation keeps you, it's what the word just says it alone. Inflammation is swelling, right? So if all these parts and components in my body is swelling, my hands are swelling, I'm not feeling good, it's all in what you eat. It's what you eat. That slips and need to be, will change your life. Yes, yes, about the processed food. And also, what was the other one? What the Health. Read the What the Health. I mean, look at it. It's a YouTube video too. What the Health. So Chef put a link out there also. Okay, Beverly, thank you so much for running me there. I appreciate it. Much love to you. You enjoy your evening. Thank you for coming. Much love. Okay, so continuing on with this. It also affects your brain. It affects your brain. Processed foods can affect your brain. It applies the inflammation to the body. We're already a walking ball of inflammation because of the food we eat. Processed foods have a lower fiber content that could unsettle and aggravate your GI symptoms. You love this live stream. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is on your topic, girl. You should have did a we need to do a collaboration together. That would be great. I do them on Wednesdays. So yes, it aggravates your GI. Plus, there are high levels of trans fats that raises your bad LDL, your cholesterol. It increases your gut with inflammation as well. So I wanted to go over those items with you, but I also want to tell you Just reading the chat, I'm sorry. Okay, so what can you eat that will minimize the processed foods intake? Does anybody know what some of the things are that you can eat that will decrease your food intake? I'm sorry, not your food intake, your processed food intake. It's not very much. It's not very much at all. Whole grains is one. If somebody asked about frozen foods, it has expiration date. Yes, it does. But frozen fruit is another one because that's going to be at the most natural state of sweetness. Now, I will tell you this: watermelon has too much sugar, and my doctor and some other people we collaborated on this. And if you're going to eat a melon, the best way to do it is your cantaloupe or your honeydew melon because watermelon has such a high content of sweetener. So if you're diabetic, please stay away from watermelon. Eat your honeydew melon or your cantaloupe. But the watermelon is not going to be a good thing for you. Going to the house. Oh, thank you. And Lady C. Russell, if you leave me a comment, thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate you. If you leave a message on one of my videos, I will come immediately after the live and I will connect with you too. So thank you so much for that. Frozen vegetables is another one. If you're going to minimize, these are the things that you can eat. Now, of course, it is still processed, but it's not processed in the way that we are talking about as far as like the salt and the sugar. And the only thing is processed about this is that it's gone through the warehouse. It's gone from the farm to the trucks to the warehouse and to your stores. So that's one of the things. This is another thing that you can eat that will minimize your processed food intake. And here is one, and it's a couple of others that come with this. I just didn't have a good picture of it. Tuna in the can. And by the way, Michelle G, she mentioned she eats seafood, and seafood is actually good for you. I am the type of person that if I am eating, when I was eating fish and chicken and stuff like that, and even with my vegetables, because I grow 90% of our stuff. But if I have stuff, because we can't grow everything here in Georgia. I'll just put it out like that. So the things that we cannot grow here, I have to go to the market and get it. But one thing that our farmers market they put a sign up to tell you where every item came from. So whether it came from Colorado or Mexico or California or India, it's on the chart. So you know exactly where the food comes from. Some seafood has too much mercury, yes, and shrimp is one of them. So if you eat it too often, it can be harmful to you. Okay, thank you, Natural Way. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So yes, you can eat the tuna in the can. You can eat sardines. Sardines is another one. Don't judge me. Don't. I'm just telling you what they said. Um, what was the other one? The sardines, mackerel. They even. I don't understand how they said. And Chef, you may be able to correct this for me. You may be able to give me some insight on this because they said that you could do the salmon croquette in the can and make the salmon patties, which I've done that on my channel too. But I don't, because to me that's processed. I mean, it's not processed in a way that it has changed the identity of the salmon, but it's processed in a way because it has sodium in there. And I'm sure that that croquette did not come out of that can didn't go in that can without salt in it. I think they put sodium in there. So, but they even said salmon croquette. I use the albacore tuna instead of the. Yes, me too. Me too. I definitely use that one. When I was eating it, it tastes totally different. And the one that's the what's the other one called? Those are just like fish sticks. Fish sticks have a what is the word they use? It's not really the whole. It's like little flakes. So I always get that tuna. And you do salmon and haddock. Okay. What about what's the other one I called out? Sardines. Sardines is actually healthy for you. Sardine has the oil in it. It's good for your skin and your hair. So I'm not quite sure. I'm guessing that the reason they said salmon croquette, salmon in a can, is that it's not really changed, but it really did change it because it's not. They're small because salmon is. I mean, salmon is. You can get a small salmon, but I'm not quite sure of that. Okay, so you like that too, also. Do you see a difference in your skin or your hair when you eat it? I ate it as a child. My grandfather used to give it to us, and I think my husband eats it now. Okay, guys, so we're gonna keep moving. I think that was actually my last slide. So does anybody have any questions or anybody have any suggestions or anything that you can add to this? Because of course I can't fit everything where I can, but it will be an extra long live. But if there's anything that I missed, if anybody want to speak on it, you're more than welcome to do so. This is a great live, and it's actually giving some serious information that people are enjoying it. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying the live, and I hope it's something that you take away from the live. Or and if you're giving me inner information, I'm holding that to my heart. So I appreciate that too. So is there anything out there that anybody wants to mention that I may have forgotten to talk about with regard to processed food? And I know I've missed something. Thank you, Deborah's glad tidings. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. And thank you for staying hanging in here with us. There's 15 amazing content creators in here, and I really don't want to let my live go. So this is a nice amount of people in. So thank you all so much. You stay safe as well, sis. I appreciate you coming in. And I've got to catch up on your videos. Does anybody have any questions? I do have a couple of more slides. I grew up on a lot of processed food because money, yes, shortage, and it consumed my body so much. Yes, yes, yes. I'm very strict on what I eat now. Absolutely. That is 100% correct because I don't know about anybody else, but she did hit a point that was on tap, on point. Um, Especially when you have large families. Um, hey, Tiffany, thank you. Um, when you have large family, the cost and the cost, I mean, even back in the day, I will tell you, and I'm trying to think where we were. It was somewhere, it was out of the country. I can't remember where. But the chicken was so tiny, right? That's what a chicken's supposed to look like. But now you go get chicken from the store, it looks like a turkey. They're huge. So not only are they pumping us up with sodium and sugar and all those other additives, they have they're trying to serve a population of people. So they're pumping them up and they're getting them in and out. As soon as they're born, they're putting them in and out. Oh, did she have a good time? Oh, you said back from outside. Oh yeah, about the baby. Okay, yes, enjoy. Have fun. Tell her to have fun. Splash those bubbles, baby girl. But yes, so the process back then, they had to feed a lot, and the food. Now the difference is now for me, my family, they were actually um, gardeners, so they grew a lot of their things. We had fruit and vegetables, so that was never a need. But when we moved into the city, we could tell a difference. And then they were working, so they had to go to these restaurants for dinner on Friday because we would eat out every Friday. So we had a choice of going to who of all places, Church's Chicken, with that huge steroid-based chicken. So we would go to places like KFC or Church's because they would buy enough so it would feed the family, right? So you're right about that, Natural Way. You're right. With the cost of food, and we had to eat what was given to us, we knew no better. We couldn't tell our parents this is not healthy for us. No matter, even if we were in school and they told us in school this wasn't healthy. Go home and tell your parent you can't eat that and see what happened. I know what happened to me. You either eat or you go to bed hungry. So we had to eat what was given to us. And Southern people, they fry a lot. They fry a lot. They will fry anything. I'm actually looking at videos now where people are frying ice cream and they're frying Oreo cookies and they're frying everything. I'm like, God Almighty, do y'all not fry anything? Used to love milk, all those hormones, exactly. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. You know that I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to bother people that drink milk. But it's something that comes out at the end of the milk when they milk the cows too. And y'all can take it from there. I don't drink milk, so I don't like milk. I never liked milk. So it is loaded with hormones and some other stuff. So here's another thing. So, okay, sis. So here's another thing. Okay, so look at the meat. The meat looks yummy, right? But you do see, you got to have that marbleized on your steak and stuff. That's supposed to be the good part, right? Well, oh, you're talking to Tiffany. Okay. You know what you're talking about. Used to give my children raw cow milk, but yeah, remember also you stopped giving them the raw cow milk. Exactly. Now see the milk that you guys get in the store today is pasteurized. So it's got all the chemicals and all of the stuff to make it last or to stretch it. Because a true milk from a cow is not as thin as the milk that you buy in the store. It's thick and it's gross. I don't like milk. And with that, with milk, it was never like Chef said in the beginning. Milk was not made for humans. It was not. And I have to stay on my mom about this all the time. She's forever giving the milk to the grandkids and the great grands, and she drinks milk. And I'm like, how in the world? I said, why don't you try almond milk and guys, you can make your own almond milk or cashew milk. It's easy to make. It's easier to make. And again, you're not buying processed stuff because you're making it on your own, but it's really, really easy to make. But my mom drinks milk and I don't like milk and I don't think it's healthy. It was not meant for humans. It was meant for the cow to feed her calves. We're not cows. We're not calves. And that's how I look at that. I'll make it better, but still have the hormones in it. Yes, 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 made for the baby cows, not us. Exactly. And my son is lactose intolerant. Even my daughter prefers his milk. Yep. Animal milk is not for humans. Absolutely. I wish my mom was on. She might be in the woods looking. And I'll hear that after the live. You can make your own milk. Yes, your nut milks. And even if people have allergies to nuts, guess what? There's other ways to make it. Because they have oat milk. And I think Jasmine, easily, she likes the oat milk. I didn't care for the oat milk. The oat milk. I like coconut milk. So with this picture here, if you're going to eat the meats, of course I don't, and I'm not knocking anybody how they eat, but if you're going to eat those meats, make sure you get the clean meat clean cut of the meat. Cut away most of the fat if you can, because that, again, you're not really tasting the product because you're tasting the fat, greasy stuff, right? So if you're gonna eat the meat, it's okay. Just make sure you get the lean cut of meat. Um, and this is really, it's processed, but it's not processed in the way that we've been talking about it. So yes, that looks like a shoulder. Yeah, could be. They took the skin off, so it was processed. But you just pick and choose what you're gonna eat, and just try to make sure that you do um, the leaner cuts of meat. Non-antibiotic, better if organic. Yes, if organic, and you have to watch this too. There's only one way that you can tell if it's truly organic. Um, but the stores will say it's organic, and we trust and believe in them. The only reason I know it's organic that I get is because my family raises them. They raise their own cows. They raise their own pigs and their chickens, and they grow all of their vegetables. So they're in South Georgia. So I get all of our stuff is actually organic. But when you get it in the store, honey, all I can say is pray about it. That is correct. Pray, prayer, prayer, prayer. And deer meat is enough. Now, I always said if I am going to eat meat, that is the only meat I will eat is deer meat, because they're vegetarian. They don't eat other animals, and their meat is clean. Yeah, we in Louisiana, where my in-laws are, they deer hunt a lot. But that's the only reason. That's the only animal I would eat would be the deer, because it's very clean. Yeah, venison is really tasty. Make a venison stew is awesome. So again, I'm going to ask you guys if you have any questions. We've got 12 beautiful people in the chat. You guys have made this chat so wonderful. You were all involved, and this was a great live. And I appreciate you guys. So anybody have any questions and or have anything that I may have missed throughout this live? Is there anything that I may have missed that you would like to say? So, guys, there's also, I was going to say too, we always get deer in our backyard. Yeah. See, they're tearing up so much stuff here in Georgia that they're disturbing their habitat. So they have nowhere to go. So it doesn't mean anything to get up in the morning, you see a deer walking down the street. And I hate that because they're just tearing up their habitat, and you see deer all over. And that's so not cool. I hate that for them. But they eat veg. Now they do go into my garden, so I have to try and keep them out of my garden. So I think if there's no other questions, I will go ahead and need to raid someone. And I know we normally raid Candy C because she goes live at 8 o'clock. I am going to come back on live later on tonight, but it's just a random live. So if you guys want to join me, and we'll just chit chat and have some fun, I would love to have you back with me this evening, probably around 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you're very welcome, Michelle G. Thank you so much for coming. Are you a content creator, Michelle? And if you are, I would love to. Thank you, Evangelist Lavina Williams. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. And if you left a message on one of my videos, I will definitely come to you after my live. Yes, I am going to stream again tonight at 11 o'clock. It will be a random live. It was kind of cool last night. We just chit chat. It was all cool. Thank you so much. Love how I help others. We're here to help one another. Bless you, sis. Thank you. Bless you too. Thank you, Evangelist. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming out and for coming to my family. I will definitely come at you and respond back. And I need to drop Candy C's link, so let me go ahead and do that. But of course, guys, the last thing, and then I think I have two more things that I need to say, and then we'll go ahead and raid her. Can one of my mods go ahead and drop Candy C's link for me, if you can? If you can't, I'll do it once I come off this channel, off of this display, this presentation. But then we're gonna raid Candy C and just say eat to live strong raid. Even if you're already over there, but here I know that's how it works. Just please go over and say that I raided her so that she can see. That means a lot that they see that I care enough to raid their channel. And if you go over there, if you can stay in there for at least 15 minutes, that's awesome sauce. So I appreciate you guys doing that. I always give reference of all my research, and that was my reference. And I keep my lives up. But if you have been in my live, please do not go back and look at the live unless you're looking at it from another channel, from another, what is it called? Another browser, because I don't want it to actually interfere with my algorithm. So I appreciate that. But if you need to know the reference, you can just go out to the channel, to a comment and say, hey, can you send me the references, or can you send me the link of all the stuff that you did? I will be happy to do that. Thank you, the Miss Yo-Yo Show, for dropping the link. I appreciate it. So guys, we are going to go ahead and raid Candy C. Today is her Wind Down Wednesday. She always have a topic to talk about. It's really fun. And they'll let you come up on the panel and talk, and if it's interesting to you. So yes, definitely go over, shout her out, thumbs her up, tell her that Eat to Live Strong raid. I appreciate you guys for coming. I love you guys for this. This has been a great chat. And I will go ahead and, oops, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for that. And I will go ahead and I'll meet you over there once I shut down the live. And I'm going again live at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And gosh, you guys caught me off guard. Yeah, it caught me. There we go. So, hi y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Love you a long time. And I will get back with you if you subscribe to my channel. I promise you I will get there and do it as soon as I let the live off. Go over to Candy C, show her some love. Make sure you thumbs up my live. Thumbs me up, share me out. And I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time. I'll be back on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Fitness Friday. So I thank you so very much for coming out today. And let's go over and raid Candy C. And I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. So thank you so much. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye now. Get your water in. So guys, I'm going to leave my live up for a couple of minutes longer, just in case somebody comes back in, or if somebody wants to see some of the slides, just come in, because I'm still sitting here and I will just do the presentation over again. So if you need to see anything, just come out and let me know. So I'll sit here, but please go over and share some love with Candy C, and I'll be in there shortly. Hey, Cola James. Hey, how are you, dear? Thank you so much for coming through. How was your day? Good to see you. We actually just finished talking over processed food, and I've taken the presentation down. But if you want me to pull it back up, I'll be happy to do so. Thank you, Marley, sis. Thank you for hanging in and speaking to the guests. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Hey, Natural Way Akadi. Thank you again. I just left a message. What day does your sister do her tutorial and the time? If you could let me know. I appreciate you. Hey Shay. Yeah, I went live at 7:30. My Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are at 7:30. Monday was my first day back from being on bed rest, and then today is my second day. So I'll be back on Friday. How are you feeling? I called you. I called you. Oh God, I think it was last week. I hope you're doing well. Now you've been live hopping. Hadn't seen you in a minute. That's why I called you last week. And then somebody told me that you were out. So yeah. So I hope you're doing better. I was gonna call you today, but then I went. I had an appointment, and I was feeling drained. Doctor's appointments take a lot out of me. So now I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff. Thank you for stopping in. I'm leaving it up for a few more minutes, and then I'll go back live again later on tonight. Hello, Lady C. Russell. Are you still hanging in here with us? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am hanging through for a few minutes and then I'm going to call it quits. I'm tired. Need to take a quick nap. Okay, everybody, I am going to shut this live down. I am going to go try and take a quick nap and maybe come back on for, oh gosh, it's almost 11 o'clock. I gotta get me a quick nap. I'm not feeling quite right now, so I need to take a quick nap and then I'm going to go back and live again. So, thank you so much for coming, and I will be back again on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I'm going to do a random live again tonight. I have no idea what time it's going to be. I was aiming for 11 o'clock, but I was over on another channel, so doing some modding and helping someone else and working on this live as well. So thank you so much for coming. And I will see you guys hopefully on my random live, or I will see you at Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to put out some content on Thursday as well. So thanks, guys, for coming. I appreciate you. Love you long time. And I will holler at you later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, I am going to shut the live down now because I have had a long, long day. And between going here on this live and helping people talk about processed foods and things, and then I am getting ready to go over and help another channel out, modding for someone else. So thank you. I've gotten my live complete now, and I'm going to shut down. So I'll see you guys on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for this Fitness Friday. I'm going to do a random live, probably sometimes in the wee hours of the night. And then I will definitely put some content out on tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you look for my, have the bell ringer, turn it red to gray, and you'll get my notifications. So thank you again for coming. I'll see you guys next time. Love you long time. Bye now. See you later.